All right, so we're talking about gearing up for a household goods distribution manager interview.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a career that really helps people furnish their lives right.
It is. It really is.
Makes a house a home. So we're going to dive deep into RoleCatcher's resources today
Yeah.
to help you nail it. And, hey, did you know the average salary for this role can be between like $70,000 and $90,000?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So let's get you closer to that number, shall we?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, let's unpack some common interview questions.
Okay.
The first one we're looking at is, tell us about your previous experience managing the distribution of household goods. So how would you approach this one?
Well, I think this is really your chance to showcase your experience, but you really want to go beyond, just saying like, oh, I was a manager at this company
Right.
and, list your job titles. You
Yeah.
want to really quantify your achievements using specific examples. So, did you implement a new system that reduced delivery times by 15%? Or, did you successfully manage a team of, over 20 distribution personnel? And then don't forget to also mention, the challenges that you faced along the way and how you overcame those.
Right.
Because those challenges, they show that you've learned something,
Yeah, and I think that's great advice. And actually, this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer because
Why?
they have a tool called the CD Resume Builder, and it actually helps you tailor your experience
Wow.
to that specific job descriptions so you can highlight the skills that they're looking for.
So it's like a personalized career assistant
Yeah.
helping you put your best foot forward.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move on to question number 2.
Okay.
How do you ensure the distribution process runs smoothly and efficiently?
Wow.
Now, this one's all about strategy and problem solving.
Okay, so here's where you want to detail your approach to managing this process.
Okay.
Do you use key performance indicators to track your performance?
Like KPIs.
Yeah, like KPIs, exactly. So, for example, do you monitor on-time delivery rate within like a 2-hour window? Showing that you understand, like in this industry, meeting those deadlines is really important.
Right.
What tech tools do you use?
Mhm.
You want to maybe consider mentioning like, industry standard inventory management systems or
Yeah.
sophisticated AI-powered routing software,
Right.
like Route, which optimizes delivery routes like in real time.
Yeah.
And then, you want to highlight also how you collaborate with different teams. So, from warehouse staff to your transportation personnel, even the sales team.
So instead of just saying, like, I'm organized,
Yeah,
you could actually give, like, a quantifiable example.
exactly.
Like in my previous role, I implemented Route, and that led to a 10% reduction in delivery times
Yeah.
and like a 5% decrease in fuel costs.
Right. Yeah.
Give them those data-driven results.
Yeah, that's going to paint such a vivid picture for the interviewer. And you're going to come across as someone who not only understands the process, but you have a track record of success.
Right. Okay, so imagine now you're asked, how do you manage and motivate a team of distribution personnel?
Yeah.
So now leadership skills are really front and center.
Leadership's key here.
Yeah.
You want to showcase your style. What kind of leader are you? Are you like a coach? Do you empower your team members to, take ownership of their work? Are you more of a delegator who assigns tasks effectively? Or maybe you're a blend of both. You adapt to the situation.
Yeah.
But whatever your style is, provide specific examples that show, how you foster teamwork.
Right.
You encourage that open communication and you recognize individual contributions.
Right.
So, for instance, you could say, I implemented a weekly team meeting
Okay.
where we discuss challenges, brainstorm solutions, and celebrate successes.
Okay.
This fostered a collaborative environment and boosted team morale.
So you're showing them you're a good communicator.
Exactly.
I'm not just saying it.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's interview guides can provide some more insight here.
Yeah?
They actually offer potential follow-up questions the interviewer might ask you
Okay.
so that you can be prepared for anything.
Right.
So, for example, they might say, can you describe a time you had to provide constructive feedback to a team member who wasn't meeting expectations?
So that's a tough one.
Yeah, it can be a tough one, but, having a thoughtful response ready for those kinds of questions is really going to set you apart.
It's like having a sneak peek into the interviewer's playbook.
Exactly.
Okay, so now for a really important question because it's about safety and compliance.
Yeah.
How do you ensure distribution operations comply with regulatory requirements and safety standards?
This is where you show you're committed to maintaining a safe and compliant work environment.
Yeah.
Be specific. Mention, are you familiar with DOT regulations for transportation?
Okay.
OSHA guidelines for warehouse safety?
Right.
What about proactive training programs? that you've implemented for your team, like regular safety refreshers or specialized training on handling hazardous materials.
Right.
And don't forget to highlight how you use technology for safety checks.
Yeah.
You could say, I implemented a digital checklist system for pre-trip vehicle inspections, and it reduced accidents by 10%.
So you're not just saying, I know the rules.
Right.
You're saying, I actually enforce them. And
Exactly.
I use technology to help me.
Exactly.
Very impressive. Okay, so before we move on to the next question, I want to touch upon this career insights section in RoleCatcher's guide.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Because it can be really valuable as you're preparing for this interview.
Definitely.
It highlights the potential career trajectory.
Yes.
You could start as a distribution coordinator, and then move up to supervisor, then become a manager, and eventually a senior manager, even director level.
It's encouraging, right, to see that clear path for growth within the company.
Yeah.
And this can really help you ask insightful questions during the interview.
Ooh, like what?
Like, showing that you're interested in those long-term opportunities.
Okay.
You could ask them, what are some professional development opportunities available for employees in this role?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Shows you're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a career.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get back to those interview questions now.
Right.
And we're going to tackle a scenario-based question this time.
Okay.
Describe a time you resolved a conflict with a stakeholder in the distribution process. This one's all about diplomacy and problem solving.
So choose an example that shows you can stay calm under pressure.
Right.
Listen to different perspectives and then find a solution that, benefits everyone involved.
Good.
So let's say, hypothetically, a supplier was consistently delivering materials late.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, and it was disrupting your distribution schedule. You could explain how you initiated that conversation with the supplier.
Okay.
Actively listened to their challenges and collaborated to find a solution. Maybe by, adjusting delivery schedules or implementing a more efficient communication system.
And highlight how it had a positive outcome.
Yes. Definitely focus on that win-win scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, show them that you can turn a conflict into an opportunity for improvement.
Right. And this is where I think RoleCatcher's AI feedback feature is super helpful.
Oh, tell me more.
Because imagine practicing your answer and having AI analyze it.
Wow.
And give you suggestions for improvement.
That's awesome.
That's exactly what RoleCatcher does.
Like having a personal coach.
Yeah. In your pocket.
Yeah.
Giving you feedback.
Real-time feedback.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of AI, did you know that RoleCatcher can also help you tailor your answers?
Oh, wow.
To the specific company
That's cool.
you're interviewing with.
Wow.
It analyzes the job description, suggests keywords and talking points to emphasize.
That's amazing.
So your responses really resonate with that employer.
It's all about, understanding what they're looking for and crafting those laser-focused answers. Yeah.
That showcase your most relevant skills and experience.
All right, next up, how do you stay updated on industry trends and developments in the distribution of household goods? So this is all about staying current.
Staying current.
Yeah.
You want to share your sources. So do you read any industry publications?
Okay.
Like Logistics Management or Supply Chain Quarterly?
Those are good ones.
Yeah, or how about podcasts like The Logistics of Logistics?
Okay.
Do you go to any conferences like the CSCMP ADGE conference? Or maybe you participate in online forums or communities where professionals, share those insights and best practices. So maybe you subscribe to a logistics journal, or you actively, take part in online discussions, or you attend webinars on those emerging technologies.
Right.
Whatever your method is, you want to show them that you're genuinely interested in, staying ahead of the curve.
And don't be afraid to mention specific trends you're following.
Yes.
Like maybe you're interested in e-commerce fulfillment.
That's a big one.
Sustainability.
The impact of automation.
Yeah.
Robotics.
It's changing the industry.
Okay, so this next one. How do you prioritize competing demands in the distribution process? Here we go.
Things are getting real now.
This is it. This is the time management, decision-making skills.
So they want to know how you handle the pressure.
Right. Are you going to crack under pressure?
We're juggling multiple priorities, making tough calls, allocating resources.
Right. Do you have a framework you rely on? Do you use project management tools to stay organized? Do you delegate well to your team?
And don't just tell them, show them.
Yes. Show, don't tell.
Walk them through a specific situation.
Right.
You had to handle all these demands.
Exactly. So you could say, a sudden surge in orders coincided with, a key team member calling out sick,
Oh, no.
or,
Yeah.
a major delivery route was disrupted because of like unforeseen weather conditions.
Yeah.
How did you adapt?
Yeah. How did you handle that? How did you assess the urgency of each task and allocate those resources accordingly? What decisions did you make, and what was that positive outcome?
So you're demonstrating you can stay calm,
Yeah.
focused.
Problem solving, thinking on your feet. These are all crucial for this role.
Yeah. Okay. Describe your experience managing budgets and controlling costs in the distribution process.
Mhm.
So now we're talking numbers.
We're talking numbers now.
So they want to know, do you have financial acumen?
Are you responsible?
Can you manage resources?
Exactly.
So highlight your experience with budgeting.
Forecasting.
Yeah.
Conducting those cost-benefit analyses. Identifying areas for cost optimization.
Okay.
So did you negotiate favorable contracts with suppliers?
Okay.
Did you implement like a cost-saving initiative that reduced your transportation costs or streamlined warehouse operations?
Give them those numbers.
Yes.
Don't just say I'm good with budgets.
Exactly.
Say like, I reduced storage costs by 15%.
Exactly. Tangible results.
Yeah.
They love that.
Right. Okay. And to wrap up this question marathon,
Yeah.
let's focus on the customer.
The customer.
How do you ensure customer satisfaction is maintained throughout the distribution process?
So this is where you really demonstrate your customer-centric approach.
Right.
You understand that a satisfied customer is the ultimate goal.
Right.
So discuss the systems you have in place to track those deliveries,
Okay.
handle complaints, gather feedback, and proactively address potential issues.
Okay.
Do you use technology to provide real-time updates?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a dedicated customer service team, that's trained to handle inquiries and resolve problems quickly?
Yeah. So think beyond just like that transactional aspect.
Yes.
How do you build trust and loyalty with your customers?
That's a really good point. So maybe you personalize the delivery experience.
Okay.
You send a thank you note with each order.
Yeah.
Or you offer flexible delivery options, to accommodate their busy schedules.
Yeah.
Maybe you proactively communicate, potential delays. And you offer solutions.
Yeah.
Just to show that you're committed to exceeding expectations.
So you're showing that you understand the emotional side of it,
Absolutely.
not just the logistics.
Exactly. It's about going the extra mile, building those relationships.
Yeah.
Ensuring that, receiving those household goods is a seamless and enjoyable experience.
Yeah. All right. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've gone over those tough interview questions. We've talked about career progression.
Yes.
Showcasing your tech savviness,
Mm-hmm.
commitment to safety, and customer satisfaction.
Yes. And we've seen how RoleCatcher can be such a valuable tool.
Totally.
Helping you craft that standout CV practice. Your answers to tailor those responses to the specific employer.
Yeah, so before we move on to delve even deeper into those career insights and the future of the industry, let's take a quick break.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned for more valuable tips and strategies
Yeah.
to help you ace that interview.
Welcome back. So now let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and explore some career insights. Right.
That RoleCatcher provides.
Right.
It's one thing to like ace the interview,
Right.
but you also want to be able to see yourself
Yeah.
thriving in this role long term.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the guy does a great job of like really showing you
He does.
what it's actually like
Yeah.
to be a household goods distribution manager day to day.
Yeah.
Very dynamic. It's fast paced.
It is.
And you're really at the helm
You are.
of this complex network, making sure that everything is running smoothly.
Yeah, so you're leading a team.
Right.
You're optimizing that intricate distribution network that we talked about.
Right.
You're juggling all those competing priorities that we know are going to pop up.
Yeah.
You're staying on top of industry trends, and all while making sure that customer satisfaction remains high.
So it's not just about moving furniture.
No.
It's about leadership and strategy and problem solving.
Exactly. And while the guide really highlights all those rewarding aspects, like job security.
Yeah. And the positive impact you have on people's lives, like literally helping them settle into their homes.
Right.
It also acknowledges like the reality of the job.
Like those long hours that we kind of joked about earlier.
Yes. Those long hours can be very real.
Right.
The pressure to meet deadlines and maintain efficiency.
Yeah.
It's definitely there.
Yeah.
This is not a role
Right.
for someone who gets flustered easily.
Yeah. You need to be able to handle stress.
Yes. You need resilience.
Yeah.
You need to be adaptable. Strong stress management skills are key here.
But for those who can thrive in that kind of environment,
Yeah.
the rewards can be huge.
Absolutely. And we talked about career progression earlier, and the guide really shows that there's room to grow in this field.
Yeah.
They even have real-life profiles of people
Oh, cool.
at different stages in their career.
Okay.
So you can see, a distribution coordinator who's mastered like inventory management,
Okay.
maybe a supervisor who excels at team motivation,
Okay.
a senior manager who's amazing at strategic planning.
I love
It
that.
really makes it more tangible and relatable.
Yeah, it's like you can see how their responsibilities evolve
Exactly.
and their skill sets evolve as they climb that ladder.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Maybe you're leading a large team
Yeah.
or you're spearheading some new initiative
That's a good visual.
to implement, sustainable delivery practices or something.
Exactly. It's about understanding that potential trajectory and setting your sights on where you want to be.
Right.
And speaking of getting to where you want to be, let's talk about how RoleCatcher can actually help you.
Okay.
Beyond just interview prep,
Okay.
support your overall career journey.
Yeah, we talked about the CV resume builder and the interview guides, but what else is there?
Well, there's that career compass tool that we mentioned.
Oh, yeah. That's like your personalized career counselor in your pocket.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It provides like tailored recommendations
I'm
based on your skills, your
Wow.
experience, and your aspirations.
So it's not about finding just any job. It's about finding the right job.
Exactly.
So it could help someone who's interested in, household goods distribution,
Sure.
maybe discover-related fields like
Yeah.
supply chain management, or even furniture design, if that's where their passion lies.
Exactly. It helps you identify those potential career paths,
Mhm.
explore different industries,
Mhm.
even discover companies whose values really align with yours.
And then as you gain new skills and new experience, it adapts to that.
It adapts. It's like a career GPS guiding you towards your destination.
I love that.
Adjusting the route as you progress and your goals evolve.
But let's not forget the human element here.
Yes, always.
Because even with all this AI and all this tech that we have,
Right.
this role really requires
Yeah.
a deep understanding of people,
Yes.
both the teams that you manage and the customers that you serve.
I completely agree. And here's something that's not explicitly mentioned in the sources, but I think is really relevant to
Yeah.
this role. The impact of technology on the distribution of household goods.
Yeah, it's a rapidly evolving industry.
It is, especially with e-commerce.
Yeah,
And changing customer expectations.
absolutely.
Think about it. Online, furniture shopping has just exploded in recent years. Customers are expecting faster deliveries,
Mhm.
more flexible options, real-time tracking,
Right.
even personalized recommendations.
Oh, yes, of course, free shipping.
That's like expected now.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even a bonus.
So as a household goods distribution manager,
Right.
you need to be comfortable navigating this digital landscape
Yeah.
and leveraging technology
Yeah.
to meet these demands.
It's not just warehouses and trucks anymore.
No, it's about understanding algorithms, data analytics, customer relationship management systems.
You need to be like a master of logistics and a tech-savvy innovator.
That's it. You said it perfectly.
So you might be implementing like AI-powered routing systems to optimize your delivery routes,
Okay.
utilizing warehouse automation.
Yep. Analyzing customer data to personalize those deliveries.
It's a blend of that traditional expertise and that cutting-edge technology.
So exciting.
It is such an exciting time to be in this field.
I know.
But before we get too carried away
Right.
by all the robots and algorithms, let's loop back to that human element.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about the people receiving those goods,
Exactly.
feeling good about it.
It is. So let's wrap up this deep dive
Okay.
into the world of household goods distribution managers by leaving our listener with a final thought-provoking question.
Ooh, I like it. So we talked about interview strategies, career paths, and how the industry's changing. But here's a final thought.
Okay.
As you prepare for this role, how might your understanding of consumer trends and e-commerce specifically impact your success as a household goods distribution manager?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
And it really highlights how this role is figuring.
Yeah.
It's not just about the logistics anymore. You really need to be in tune with what people are buying, how they're buying it, and what their expectations are for, the delivery and the service.
So you almost have to be like on top of like
Yes.
interior design trends and what's happening on social media,
Absolutely.
all the online shopping habits.
Think about the rise of online marketplaces.
Yeah.
Like Wayfair and Etsy. The influence of social media influencers on, what furniture people are choosing.
Right.
the growing demand for those personalized recommendations and curated shopping experiences.
And those expectations for like fast and free shipping.
Oh my gosh.
Same-day delivery, flexible scheduling, real-time tracking.
It's not even a bonus anymore. It's like
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah, it's the norm.
It's the baseline.
Right.
And so as a household goods distribution manager, you need to be prepared to adapt your strategies to meet those demands.
So maybe you're implementing like localized distribution centers
Yes.
to get those faster delivery.
Exactly. Or, maybe you're exploring partnerships with last-mile delivery providers to offer those flexible scheduling options.
So it's about finding that balance between like efficiency and meeting those customer expectations.
That sweet spot, you got it.
And then there's also this growing consumer awareness of sustainability and ethical sourcing.
Absolutely. People want to know where the furniture's coming from, how it's made.
Right.
What's the impact on the environment?
So as a manager, you might have to think about eco-friendly packaging.
Yes.
Optimizing those delivery routes to reduce emissions.
Right.
Partnering with suppliers who are doing things sustainably.
Absolutely. It's all connected. It's about understanding that consumers are much more conscious of their choices these days.
Right.
And aligning your distribution strategies with those values.
So you have to be like a master of logistics.
Yes.
A tech-savvy innovator, a customer experience guru, and a champion for sustainability.
That's it. That's the perfect way to sum it up.
It's a big job.
It's a multifaceted role.
Yeah.
Requires a unique blend of skill.
For sure.
And a forward-thinking mindset.
Well, folks, there you have it. A deep dive into the world of household goods distribution managers.
That's right. We covered it all.
From those tough interview questions to career paths and the demands of this evolving industry.
And don't forget, we talked about how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon in this journey, giving you those personalized insights, the tailored feedback, and all those valuable resources to help you land that dream job.
This deep dive was just a taste of what RoleCatcher can do. So sign up for free.
Yes, do it.
And unlock a world of possibilities.
Take your career to that next level.
Remember, the future of your career is in your hands.
It is.
And with the right tools and preparation, you can achieve anything.
Absolutely. Best of luck with that interview.